What's going on, everybody? C4, welcome back to the channel. Today we're from episode 14 of our Madden 23 Carolina Panthers franchise mode. We are about 3.5 hours away from kickoff of week 1 of the NFL season. And that got, I wasn't even going to have an upload today, but that got me in the mood. I woke up and I felt football-y. Absolute football-y. And I was like, you know what? I want to play this. I wasn't going to run. The passion meter cranked up because it's first football Sunday. I was like, I got to at least play here with the Panthers. We got a single game here today on the slate as we take on TJ Watt and the 4-9 Pittsburgh Steelers. And after our victory, week 14, which was absolutely a come-from-behind victory, as I believe we started 21-0 down in the first quarter, we're now 7-6, and I kind of got a big picture. I was like, maybe we're going to be in the playoff picture right now, but looks like we got Dallas and Detroit holding the 6th and 7th seeds in the NFC, so we are still trying to play catch up with them. But a victory here today over Pittsburgh would probably put us in the playoffs by the end of the episode. Man, there's actually a log jam right here. We got Lions 8-5, Commanders 8-5, Dallas 8-5, Giants 7-6, Cardinals 7-6, and the Panthers 7-6. This is gonna come down to the wire here, man. Every team fighting tooth and nail to get that final 2 wildcard playoff spots. Because I don't have a lot for you guys from like the comments and feedback off the last episode, I figured before we get into the Pittsburgh game, we will quickly look at some draft prospects. I have started to set my favorites. More information will be coming in, obviously, as we get later in the season. But as it stands right now, there's a couple guys I actually think that have unveiled themselves to be very good players. We have Jorge Valdez out of Florida State, 5'11" quarterback. Again, if we can't re-sign Baker Mayfield, and maybe we decide to go a different direction than Matt Corral. Look at this, man. A mid-accuracy, A short accuracy, A throw under pressure. The issue was always going to be the throw power. It's good to great, so he's not going to break up into that elite threshold. But even though he's a 45-year-old man, he looks like a pretty interesting quarterback. And look at this UDFA Todd Ford out of Nevada. 6'3", 230, prototypical size. And I mean, it doesn't look home run, but the fact that we're seeing B mid-accuracy, A throw under pressure, could be a player in there. Fullbacks are people too. Easton Nugent out of Cal. I mean, maybe it gives us a flexibility to move Ian Thomas back to his natural position at tight end. Anytime I see B lead block, A pass block, B run block for a fullback, sign me up. Taking a quick look at some of the skill position players. So I don't think that's going to be a spot that we're going to want to use top tier draft capital on. But late picks, who knows? I'm looking for more of a power back option. Deontay Foreman likely will be hitting free agency. So Clyde Springs and Bradley Russell look kind of interesting right now. And obviously a lot of this information is going to change once the combine happens, so we can start to look through all those drills and see who kind of stands out. At wide receiver, we have Jeff Maddox, who was recommended to us early in the year by our scout. I'm taking a look at Donovan Falk, 6'5", 230. He looks interesting. Plus, with that size, maybe you could look at him, maybe a potential move to tight end. But as it relates to tight end, we got a couple guys that look very interesting, late round developmental guys. But if we, best player available could be this guy, Colin Truman at Oklahoma. 3rd, 4th round projection, but already we have B catching, B deep route running, and A run block. That looks absolutely ridiculous for like just the base stats of a tight end, especially one that's going 3rd, 4th round. If that was a first rounder, I'd believe it. The offensive line has been where we're trying to shift a lot of our scouting focus because that's where our team needs to get better. And I mean, we're going to do our due diligence on the top tier players. Mari Melvin out of Texas is a top 5 pick. But I mean, Lowry looks really solid. You got the 3 A's right at the top. And you got Sean James, Darren Suttle here. Both these guys not first rounders, but I guarantee if we can get these guys 100% completed for their scouting, they will pull first round grades. I got Tyler Wilds. Look at this, out of Utah. Day 3 projection, A awareness, A pass block, and still has a chance to get in the A tiers in impact and run block. This looks like a truly special player that we might have to, and even Watkins looks solid at center. I mean, it's just, there looks like be like a lot of depth in this draft. Joe Ruiz, 2nd, 3rd round projection, has a chance to get really good grades when all said and done, sitting on A impact block, B run block that we know for sure. And then here at right tackle, I think this is, if we're going to grab a tackle, I think the right-hand side looks a little bit more favorable to us in the first round because there's no top 5 projection. So between Deontay Knott, Nick Burton, and JT Bassey, I think we're going to have a couple players here, as Nick Burton's already fully scouted as a 1st, 2nd round talent. Shifting quickly to the defensive line, not a position that I think we have to go crazy at, but you can always add more depth for sure. I'm not seeing really any sleeper pass rushers. But if there is one, I think George Allen out of LSU. He's a UDFA, and if you told me UDFA at its base is coming in with B power move, A tackling for his grades, that is absolutely worth a flyer. Even worst case scenario, you throw him on the practice squad. He should be solid. A guy that I will say he's getting first round consideration. This is not a shot at Davion Nixon. I love Davion Nixon. I think he's been very underrated for us. But Tavares Sanford out of USC, 6'3", 308. So in our scheme, he'd be kicked into D tackle. We got the B block shed, B power move, A tackling, and the finesse move. It's probably going to be like a C or something like that. But that is a really interesting player there at D tackle. Also, Franklin Lindsay out of Mississippi State looks, he could be a player there. B finesse move, B power move. If that tackles also pulls a B, it's going to be like a guy that's going to be in the 70s in terms of base overall. Linebacker outside of the offensive line was like the next position that we're trying to improve. Unfortunately, doesn't look like, at least right now at this stage of scouting, that there's any studs. Once we get the combine, maybe we can start to, whittle out some guys. Sheldon Cooks looks like a good flyer. Projected UDFA, get him real late. 6'3", 233, A pursuit, B tackle, C zone coverage. That's not brutal base stats. And look at the right side linebackers, Stevens and Trey Williams. These have been two players that we've talked about before. We kind of focused on. Jaleel Stevens, there's value there. Not so much with Trey Williams. He was like the linebacker that looked really good off the rip. Jaleel Stevens, though, 3rd, 4th round. He's a 2nd, 3rd round talent. B pursuit, A tackling, A zone coverage. So maybe he can come in and fill in that 3rd linebacker spot if we want to try to find someone that can play with Roquan and Shaq Thompson. And lastly, as far as the secondary is concerned, I haven't found too much yet. We got Devontae Hill, another late round projection here, just with A press, C zone. So, it could be interesting skill set. Free safety Mitch Scott looks somewhat serviceable. I don't know if I'd want to swing a 2nd, 3rd round projection, especially with Keith Taylor kind of earning that spot. The guy that is actually the most interesting from a skill set standpoint that I've found so far is Joseph Murray out of Oregon, 6'3", 225. So he's actually kind of built like Jeremy Chin, which there's value there because that means if Jeremy Chin went down, we'd have a like-for-like replacement. But we got the A hit power, C man coverage, A tackling. If that zone coverage can also pull a C for a 3rd, 4th round grade, I think he will be one of our targets for sure. And with that, you also get flexibility that, hey, he might be able to move into a linebacker role, but definitely more so a like-for-like replacement if Jeremy Chin ever gets hurt. So all in all, with the scouting, I wish there was a little bit more depth at linebacker in particular, but it looks like there's going to be at least one guy that we're going to be very happy with in the 1st round, and it might just be on the offensive line to get that big improvement there. So for that, I'm kind of happy with it. I'm happy with the board. But that just gets you guys a little bit familiarized with some of the players that I am keying in on. Now let's focus on the Pittsburgh Steelers. How do we want to stop the Steelers? Well, looking at this, they like to run the ball with Najee Harris. So yes, we will defend the outside run. Let's shut that down. Defensively, they are not particularly great against stopping the deep ball. They also like to throw it. We got to throw it short. They love to rock the zone blitz, that signature Mike Tomlin defense. So, they are also pretty good stopping the short pass. But the short pass also counteracts the blitz a little bit. So I'll stay with the suggestion there. We won't do anything too crazy. We'll get through practice here. Half pads. Hopefully a full strength lineup so that we can get back on a little bit of a win streak here as we seek our 8th victory of the season. Looking at the defensive side of the ball, everyone gets through it healthy. Offensively, does Keith Taylor need to be called into action, or are we going to be full strength on both sides of the football, which we are? This is going to be a tough game, even though I would like to say that I think we should win. This should be a game that 60-40 right now. That's where I'm at, that we should win. With TJ, if TJ Watt gets in his X factor, if he gets working on Taylor Moton, there's also a scenario where I could easily see TJ Watt get 9 sacks and we lose terribly. Davion Nixon, a guy who actually kind of talked about replacing or potential replacements, he busted his ass this week. +2 block shed, +1 play rack, up to a 70 overall.
Carolina in my city, I'ma kick it in Wakanda, wear a panther on my chest, badge your honor. Hitting 150 on the dash, burns rubber when you pass, in a swim move, get us to Bahamas. How they gon' talk like a MC, seeing me, I see him, hit a side stepping, I'm a goner. 1, 2, 3 quarters down, let the C4 sound, cause the chip coming back to Carolina. And they be like, calling it a fluke, when we went to 50, we back now. Kuechly only Luke, we don't need the force for the smackdown. Say you in the field, but you never leave in your area. You end up DOA when you went to Bank of America, so back out. This is all pound for the pound, y'all looking down for the count, making it out of the south, fuck you mean. Notice the talk of the town, Matt got us rolling around, never would step out of bounds, honestly. Where my drums go, homie, where my drums go, let them keep pounding, I loaded up.
man, we had 17 inches of daylight when we needed 18 there on that kick return. I'm going to try to get, that's the next goal that I want to get in this series. I want to get a kickoff for a touchdown. Maybe we need to put Keith Taylor's 98 speed back there to do so. Ooh. We go Chanel Tremble here. That's on it. That was a good ball from Baker. That needs to be caught. Luckily, that wasn't picked. Barno over pursuit. So we see what the sack we do. That's all on Barno. Blows that play up. Lets Derek Brown get the sack. 3rd and 6 coming up. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This. I will say this. One, if you had to say a positive thing about Mitchell Trubisky, it's that he's generally an accurate quarterback. We're going to try to force him to make some tough throws here today. Get a couple picks. But right there, defense, bends don't break. Forces the punt. Oh, yeah. There you go, fellas. Get your... shout out to the wideouts. Getting their blocks there. It's a thankless job, but I'm appreciative of it. You know, in a different timeline, we got 2 picks on back-to-back drives. Luckily, Devin Boyce went for the high success rate swat than he did maybe the less successful interception attempt. Steelers D, though, they've been as advertised, man. I knew that we weren't going to move the ball easily on offense. All right, we got Chase get off the field. 3rd and 1. I'm just going to try to shoot the gap here. Roquan, can we time it? And he goes right up the middle. Cody Barton, Keith Taylor on the tackle, but a first down for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Oh! Easy does it, man. Come on, 2-4. Come on, Norman. Get there. Well, they missed their extra point, which helps. Would have liked to maybe get, as Gus Johnson would say, a little bit more break away from the cop speed. But great play there by DJ Moore. Needed that. Looks favorable. As long as, literally, if they just half-ass do their jobs, that'll be a first down. And it is. Drop. What? There's no way. He got that. There's no freaking way he did not get that. I'm saying we made that by, half a yard. Great angle. Yeah. You can, well, look at his arm! Blue line's first down. Come on. Good news. Come on. What do we got here? Fucking. Home cooking. Wait, we're the home team. Dude, it's gonna be one of them days, huh? It's gonna be one of them days. Gotta be. Oh, okay. No, for sure it's gotta be one of them days. All right, good to know. At least I know right now that my expectations can get thrown out the window, and hopefully we still have a chance in the 4th quarter. If not, yep, is what it is. Keep him out. Man, they're just feeding Freiermuth here.
Fucking bullshit!
One of them days. It's just one of them days. I feel like it's like you're on those mechanical bulls at a bar. You gotta hold on, and eventually the pendulum's gonna swing the other way, and we're gonna start getting some breaks, right? Let's be optimistic. Let's think about it that way. Everything's going their way right now, and when that pendulum swings the other way, we gotta make sure we're there to capitalize. CMC, go. One thing we haven't been able to hit, and this is where I feel like the speed sliders aren't where they. Have we ever got a big break off run from Christian McCaffrey yet? I feel like we're waiting for that to happen. Like right there, if he had like a little bit more juice, he did get slowed down by 2 tackles that he broke. But we're still waiting for that big like 60, 70-yard home run from CMC so far this year. Tries again. This is probably one of my favorite plays in the playbook because that means the linebacker's either going to have to commit to Tremble and CMC's going to be open, or he covers Christian McCaffrey and Tremble's going to be wide open. Or they kind of actually just cover both. Yeah, just a shitty scenario. You don't want to kick the field goal, but you kind of have to. Well, we got some points. I'm pretty sure they get the ball to start the second half. But again, that pendulum's going to switch every fucking 50-50 that Pittsburgh has dominated, 100% gone their way. Maybe the balances will come back for us in the second half. Oh, please don't. Oh, man, I think he was down. But this is the break that we certainly would need. But again, 50-50. Everything's going Pittsburgh. I think he was down. Booth review. Just give him back the ball. One of them days. Go Eagles! Go Eagles! Let's all focus it now at this point. Go Eagles. Missed the field goal. That's a win. At this point, man, holy fuck, dude. What's going on here? You just got in my head, C4. What teams do you like in the AFC? Pittsburgh makes that list. Pittsburgh ain't doing shit this year. So why are they cooking me here? Seems not this good. This O-line is dog shit, but they've just like let Mitchell Trubisky fucking not miss any passes. No pressure against him. What's going on? This is insane. Insane! Is this game on Nickelodeon? That's the only reason why Trubisky should be playing like a 99. Like we're getting carved up by Aaron Rodgers right now. And it's Mitchell Trubisky. We gotta hold them a field goal here. They just keep. I think I'll say this: if they get a touchdown this drive, that's a likely dagger. It's Najee Harris. I'm not gonna complain about that, but I mean, also we had him dead to rights. Yeah, we're just so long for the ride here today. Unfortunately, hey, at least you got to see the draft players we were looking at. Get a couple names for draft season. 3rd and 4. Aaron Rodgers steps in the pocket. Aaron Rodgers takes off, breaks a tackle, and Aaron Rodgers up to the 1-yard line. Running backwards, Aaron Rodgers. Oh, man, Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning controlling the line right now. Peyton Manning scanned the field. Peyton saw something he didn't like there. Unfortunately, his offensive line. Jeff Saturday false started, moves him back 5 yards. All right, let's get Fryer. Let's try to watch Fryer. That's where they've been going all day. Oh, there's a slant. Respect that. Hey, here's a sack. Brian Burns. Just working up against like a 68 overall right tackle. Took him a little longer than I would have liked to get some pressure. But, I mean, I don't know, maybe we can get hot here. close this game out, get a couple sacks. Whatever. That's a tough one, man. You know, we sit here and it's like we try to make as realistic. I try to keep this as in-depth. I try to keep you guys a part of everything that we have that goes on in this franchise. You know what I'm saying? Like, we met a lot of draft prospects. We won't even remember half them when draft. We're not going to get half them. But, like, I want to show you guys the draft guys that I'm interested in. And we like looking at the stats. We did the full stat recap, kind of looking around the league. And I guess we just somehow missed in the league transactions the Pittsburgh Steelers somehow traded for Aaron Rodgers. So, I mean, good for them. It was expected to be a down year for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They got themselves a franchise quarterback. Looking at the game for us, I mean, just couldn't throw the ball. I'm not gonna throw any of those picks on Baker. We were trying to make something happen in a game that nothing was gonna go our way. We couldn't really run the ball particularly well. CMC, yeah, you got him in PPR fantasy. You would be happy with this performance. Did have the 36-yard decompletion to DJ Moore, so at least that's becoming more of a thing. Element to our passing attack. Defensively, I mean, like, they were on the field a whole lot. So, Shaq Thompson, Roquan, Keith Taylor, and Dante Jackson, double-digit sacks. 4 TFLs for Roquan. He was pretty good in shutting down Najee for really 3 quarters until our defense just kind of broke down. Brian Burns gets the game ball, 6 tackles, 2 TFLs, 2 sacks. But, I mean, just couldn't do anything here today. All right, we got to go edit this thing up so you guys can watch it, and I can get ready to watch the full slate of Week 1 of the NFL. I hope you guys are excited for the NFL season. I'm absolutely pumped. And thank you for spending a little bit of your Sunday with me here on the channel. I very much appreciate it. As always, for this video and for all of our Madden 23 videos, especially our Panthers franchise with, I wanted to say yesterday in the pink slips, just to make it clear, that this is still the S tier. This is still my #1 slot series. Don't think like now there's pink slips, there's going to be like, a delay in Panthers is still #1 that I want to make on this channel. And then it's like, maybe even rebuilds ahead of pink slips. Pink slips is just something that's completely, it's like, pink slips is what I do if I was recording 2 games in a day and I just had this happen. Where it's like, all right, hate my life, bullshit, couldn't do anything. Let's just go pink slips. Let's flip the switch off a little bit and let's just go, have it insane, like something that's just completely unrealistic. That'd be fun. So that's what that is for. But I'm glad you guys are excited for all things around the channel right now. It makes me very appreciative. I'm so hyped so far how things have gone for the Madden 23 season. You guys are a big part of that. So then, thank you very much. But that'll do it for me today, guys. As always, your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns about the series, feel free to fire those off in the comment section below. Also helps out the YouTube robots, which in turn helps out my channel, which you guys have been busting your asses doing that. So I very much also appreciate that. So, that being said, go Eagles. I'll see you guys back here tonight on the second channel with post-game grades and reaction from that Eagles-Lions game. So until then, it's your boy C4 saying peace out. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Love you.